So you'll find that a lot of people have written some great jQuery plugins or libraries, as we call them. And that's just prepackaged pieces of jQuery code so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can kind of stand on the shoulders of these people who have written great code for you. And I recommend that you do explore them if you don't want to write, everything from scratch. It's great to kind of, use something that someone else has written really well and developed over time. So just keep in mind when you do load in third-party libraries that you load them after you've loaded jQuery. So remember, there's an order to how you load these scripts into your actual HTML. So for example, we've loaded jQuery here. If I'm going to write any jQuery in a third-party script or add plugins, you want to add them all after you've loaded jQuery itself. Otherwise, they're not going to work properly. So for example, I really like this waypoints library by jQuery. It's really cool. It allows you to kind of have jQuery trigger after you reach a certain point in the page. And you can kind of see examples right here. For example, if we look at something like scrolling, as you scroll, you can have, you can do things like infinite scroll, which is cool. You can do dial controls. So as you scroll, you trigger certain jQuery events. There's a lot of cool things that this waypoints library can do. So if you wanted to incorporate something like this, you'd want to use a link for it or download it, install it on your server, and then do, script tag and put the actual URL of where you stored it on your server. That's how you would do it, and you'd close out the script tag. So just keep in mind that you would load the script after you've loaded jQuery, because if the script happens to utilize jQuery in any way, you need to load jQuery first before the script can work. Now, this waypoints library, for example, you can find it sometimes on this, you can find certain libraries on this CDN.js website. And you can look for something like waypoints here and then copy it and so on and use it in your actual code. So just remember, if a library that you're using happens to need jQuery, make sure that you require jQuery first and then load whatever third-party library you want. And then, of course, you'll need to read the documentation of those libraries to see how to use them. And usually the good ones have great documentation. So just keep in mind, again, the order in which you load your scripts is very important.